G'day guys,
Oh,
we're just testing out. We've got a stack of, like I say, stack of these detectors we're going to test all over the place. And I'll slowly move this around. There's some there we're going to do. And we're just testing the low frequency modifications on various SD detectors at the moment. We've got two there. One is an old Barry Johnson modified SD 2000, and the other one is I think is it a Barry Johnson as well?
it is, but then
Yeah,
it's got extra new
and then
stuff.
we've added our variable gain to it and done some other tricks to the detector. So what detector is this one?
This is just old stuff.
Okay, this is a standard Barry Johnson modification. David's using his can of drink for a test on the 40. You can hear it quite okay, but you could see, notice how high he was getting that can of drink over the coil. Obviously it's alloy, but it serves a purpose for testing. If you had a piece of gold that big, it wouldn't make any difference. Okay, this is one of our ones that we've done. These have variable gain on the detector, and as you can see, get up there a bit, you get a lot more height out of the detector. Yeah. And as you get closer to the coil, it gets a lot more punchy. So yeah, it's like a third extra height.
Ooh.
And we haven't got the gain cranked all the way either, have we?
No, it's start turning it up.
Yeah. Oh, we're on low gain. So, and we're near power lines, and we're running a 40-inch mono drag or flexi coil, which people want to put spokes on and use them. But
I think we've raised the noise from the power lines.
yeah, power lines are getting us now. But as you can see, even on low gain, even though we're beside the road over there,
Ooh.
I suppose you can experiment around. What's it on now? Low gain or high? Yeah, it's about an extra third. How's it go on the big coffee can? It's the size of gold you want to find, something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Would you dig a hole that big for something that size if it was yellow?
I think you would.
I would. Yeah. I've dug bigger holes for smaller. But anyway, that's just using the old technology that we've tricked up a bit. So, yeah. So there's two. There's even another 2000 there as well. That's the one I had to fix up the VCO on and stuff like that. We're going to just do the final test. We've already done the tests on that. We actually had the big 200-inch coil out. We had to do a little bit of redesign. So now the 200-inch coil works. Even if you flip it over into different shapes and sizes, works fine. I didn't want to do videos of David running around with that big Nescafe coffee can over his head because, you know, I don't think he likes making 200-inch coils.
No.
He doesn't like advertising it, but that 40-inch there works really, really well. So we've had some, yeah, there's another deep one. Is it a deep one or no? It's a standard one.
These are just regular ones. We have to probably run over to the different patch.
Oh, you got the lead here. You can actually do it on the lead.
Oh, we can do that. Whatever.
Yeah, there is there's this is a goldfields just covered up with grass. It just looks like, oh, there'd be no gold there. but I will beg to differ. And I won't go into too much about that, but this is a really, really good gold area. Now, I'll tell you what, all the locals around Ballarat have probably all been here in the 1980s, running around with their little VLF detectors with tiny little coils, and they've picked up, they think they picked up a lot of the small gold, but I have found that not to be the case. I have found stuff that it just should have been dug, and it wasn't. So we now have our pulse induction detectors, and we can make them go extremely deep. And all this area here, even though this is not the main Canadian lead, the main Canadian lead is further towards Ellsworth Street. And yeah, 100 weights of gold came out of the blacksmith hole there. So there's all these little join ups, and this is not as deep as what those ones are, being the old rivers. This is still fairly rich, else they wouldn't have dug it out like they did. If you go across the road, it is absolutely massively trenched. So, and there's some good gold over there. Now, big gold come out of this area. Big gold, 80 ounces, 45 ounces or some that I know of. Yeah, so yeah, we're going to use our battery system so we don't have to run harnesses and stuff like that. So we're going to connect up one of our lithium batteries. We've converted a SD over, the SD 2000 over there. We've converted it so we can run a GPX type plug socket on that detector, and thus you can have one battery. It does. If you want to convert an SD, you can run it on GPX type battery. So that's what we've done on that. That's why Dave just went and pulled the GPX connected battery and put on a GPX from an SD, which I can show you on the back of it actually. If I go over here and grab it. Okay. I've got to get behind the camera to do this, and I'll probably be zoomed in too far. But yeah, if you can see that there, we put a GPX connector on this detector, and it's SD 2000. And I don't want to show people's names. Nearly got me up the top. I was looking for a sticker on the side, yeah, and it was written up the top. But anyway,
as long as they understand that you can't just bung a connector on there and
yeah,
work.
Oh, don't just yeah, guys, don't just put a connector like that on your detector and connect it up to a battery, because a GPX battery, because you'll blow your detector up. These are meant to work on 6 to about pushing 7.2 volts, but we do it in a way that it's internally regulated, but you can run the battery. So I'll put that back over with the other one over here. That's that coil that's a little bit iffy at the bottom. We actually use this bad coil because it shows up. If there's any issues in the detector at all, it shows it up. But if we go over to where the dry ground is, it will not have a problem. You won't be able to hear the detector now because David's moved away from the microphone. Now, how about I do this? I'll grab the other microphone and I'll stick it on the detector. Hang on. Okay, I'll just stick it on here. There we go. That should be nice and loud. So what detector's this, Dave? I don't even know.
It's just a 4500.
Standard?
No.
No, okay. We have standard ones we use as test detectors, and obviously this is a modified one. I'm so far back here I can't hear it, but the microphone's on it, so you will be able to. Obviously there's something in the ground there. It's on part of the track everyone walks up, so you don't know what's there. It could be junk. And then again, it might not be. But you're not allowed to dig here, this particular part. which is yeah, a bit upsetting, isn't it?
Oh dear man.
How'd that go? Smooth as? Well, if you put it,
Detectors.
if you're detecting detectors, yeah, it makes an issue. So that's 0.05. Easy. 0.1. Whoops. 0.1 on the stick. Standard test stick. We are running a mono here too, and that is not a good mono, that one. Still picks up all right though. Very quiet.
Yeah.
Why is it so quiet?
Don't know.
Well, Dave just made it very quiet. I can hear a little bit of power line, a tiny bit. Well, that's better on 0.05. Yeah, it's targets everywhere, but you don't know what they are. Come here for VLF detector and you'll work it out. There. I'll move back a bit. I'm probably too close, aren't I?
I don't know.
Not a bad day today. Got to 19 degrees. It's better than our 2 3s and 4s we've been having. And for some reason, you look north here, the sun's always out, but in this place, it's always cloudy. My God, it's like living in the UK. Yeah, okay, got no idea what Dave's doing down there, but his audio will be working on the detector, so he's going up the bank. Yeah, test it out for how it handles the Earth's magnetic field, I suppose, when you run your detector up a bank. And if it's out of kilter, it'll make the old woo noise. Oh, look at that, he's found something. Can't dig it. Can't dig it, Dave.
Very good.
Very good. Zoom back out. So that's good.
It's very smooth.
It's actually, it sounds very smooth to me. It's very, very, very nice
It
sounding.
has the 8 modules in it.
Oh, it's an 8. Okay, because I don't know the history of that detector because it's got a cover on it. I don't know who it belongs to.
Okay.
So it passes the test, does it?
Yeah, I think so. Although we should go test it elsewhere.
Let's give them all a quick test. It's just because it looks like grass. Believe me, it's not grass. Like, it's grass, but just under it, it's all gravels and river wash and all sorts of stuff here. Basically, what's behind me has been trenched out. It's all been thrown up here. That's what it is in a lot of cases. Have we tested that the one that GDX thing? Not, is it whatever it is?
No, but that's on the cards.
Oh, well,
check it.
We're going to check the GDX after I fix up the ground balance problem on it and see if it actually ground balances out in the field. So this is all our field tests we're doing at the moment. I got more detectors to do. I got 6,000s we've repaired. We're going to go do field tests with that. Actually, they're going to take a lot of time because it's like the detector wants to say, oh, there's no coil connected after about an hour or more of detecting. So I think I found that one and fixed it because I couldn't reproduce the fault in the workshop. But the real proof of the pudding, get out in the field and utilise the coil that the guy was using and the whole setup. So that's on the cards, and we'll probably do that. I don't know what the weather's like tomorrow. We'll probably get out and do that. Yeah.
Tomorrow it'll rain.
It'll rain?
Yeah.
Okay, we're doomed. We can't do it tomorrow. I don't know. It's the trouble with these things. If the weather's against you, it's against everything.
In response to the man who said, "Why doesn't Dave make videos of the field tests and so forth?" It's because I can't be asked. It takes too long. I don't want to walk around with a camera, a detector, and a tripod. Jump up your own ass. Not interested in it.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Well, look at me. I'm out here doing this too, and I'm not doing any jobs. So,
hang on. I'll give this a factory reset because this is one of these bizarre contraptions.
yeah. It did it. It says GDX on the screen, doesn't it?
Yes, some shenanigans.
Yeah. Well, anyway. Oh, look at that! It's ground balancing on a tree root.
Well,
it still would have minerals and stuff in it anyway. So. Oops.
You can tell that it's just not as well behaved.
Yeah, it could be that coil too, because it on the dry ground it should be fine. You get off the grass a bit. So hang on, we'll go for a walk. I'll follow Dave. Tripod and all. Well, picks up metal. Ground balancing perfect.
It seems okay.
Yeah, you might have to give that a couple of flicks, you know, the fast track. Bit of power line coming through too.
Yeah, it works. It's just chattery.
Yeah.
It's just chattery. And...
Well, I didn't build it.
No, it's not going to get the .05.
Well, in normal mode it should.
Is it in normal?
Ah, okay. See, I could get it on the cancel coil.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's getting it.
That's in whatever special is on this thing.
Sensitive extra.
This.
Well, so I don't know if it really is sensitive extra on those.
Yeah, it'd be whatever they've. What about enhance?
Yeah, give it a frequency. Oh, by the way, guys, I should tell you this. When you do an auto scan, auto tune, listen to that thing howling. Something noisy. Yeah. When you do a frequency scan for the lowest noise operating frequency, if you do it in normal, then if you go to the other modes, you have to redo it. A lot of people don't realize that. If you go from normal to enhance, or you frequency scan it in enhanced, you go back to normal, you have to do a rescan because they're different pulse widths and the timings will all fall on interference in a different way. So Dave's just done a... Like I say, this detector's not modified, it's just a repair. So yeah, it wouldn't ground balance. That's working okay.
Yeah. It is what it is.
It is what it is. I will agree with that wholeheartedly. That is what it is.
I don't think it'll handle really hot ground as good as the real ones, but
Yeah.
we'll test that later. I think it's drastically improved.
Yeah. Well, it actually does ground balance now. Before it would not ground balance. So yeah, that's a shiny. Hang on. I better put the sunglasses on. The colour they painted these things. It's iridescent like a blue beetle.
Be good if you had March flies about.
Oh yeah. Hey, don't make blue detectors. The March flies land on them and give us all a hard time. When you think about it, detectors should be painted white because they also absorb heat, and you don't want to. When you like I was saying, you should paint your coils white. You should also paint your detectors white. The reason being is that the semiconductors inside the detector, when you raise the temperature of those semiconductors, they become more noisy. And I won't go on to the basically electron theory and how that all works, but trust me, hot electronics is noisy. And a good example of that is when you're looking through a radio telescope at faraway galaxies, the input stage on those is cooled in liquid nitrogen, right? They get it as cold as they can to get the noise out. Otherwise, you won't be able to see or hear the remote signals from distant galaxies. So the same thing applies to metal detectors. Believe it or not, you're trying to hear a very slight signal, a very iffy signal, and you know it's in the thermal noise in the components, just the background noise. Yeah, you won't be able to hear those tiny signals. They'll just be obscured in the noise floor. So cold weather, um, cold detectors. This is people I know this over in Coolgardie. Put their detectors in their esky, right? During when they have a lunch break, they put their detector in the esky and take it out when they go prospecting, because a cooler detector is less noisy. Oh dear me. So that probably goes for your coils too, but you haven't got much time before they heat up again. That's the only thing. But yeah. That sounds all right. It's about standard.
Cool. It's not as nearly as chattery. It hasn't had an auto tune or anything, so that's.
I don't know what detector this is.
This is similar to the one before the GDX thing.
Ah, okay. Oh, yep. There's that, whatever it is. Yeah. 27-ounce nugget he just walked over. Or not. So the real genuine Minelab detector works better. It does. It just works better. And I have my opinions on why. But they're close. Those clones are close. But if you gave me the choice of a genuine Minelab detector and a clone, I would take the genuine Minelab one any day of the week. So that's a genuine one now. You could probably tell the difference even Dave just operating it. Is that junk? Ground balance is a lot better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It hasn't got that funny little
Inevitable chatter.
or the chatter in the electronics actually upsets the ground balance. See, look at that. That's really nice. In a 0.1.
All good. All tickety boo.
All good. So yeah, we've got a fair few we have to go through and do all the final testing on them. But this is just a backup to testing them in the workshop anyway. You can simulate out here in the workshop, especially on things like ground balance or even, worse conditions for ground balance and target sizes and so forth. And yeah. Let's make sure the microphone's still on. Yep. Remember once we were swinging the detector around, the microphone fell off. Yeah, run around trying to find it. So this is another 4500, which someone's probably eagerly waiting for to get back. I think Dave's getting attacked by mozzies, or mosquitoes, as some people call them. Or if you're Filipino, you call them lamok. Lamok. Oh, that's if you want to know.
Or you call them your issue, not mine, because I took your repellent.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I had repellent spray in the car, and every time I go to get it, it's not there. Many people, not just someone, but I've had it taken by many people. Oh, have you got any AeroGuard? Have you got any insect repellent? Yeah, never get it back. Or don't take it out of the car. Yeah, it's not in the car. So yeah, you're gonna use it sitting in the lounge room at home, aren't you? No, leave it in the car. I said to David I was gonna weld a chain to it and weld it to the floor in the car so no one can steal it. It's that important when you go prospecting or even testing outdoors that you want that stuff and don't keep taking it out of the car. My God. Well, that's quiet as a mouse.
Yeah.
What one's that one? Because I don't know what they are.
This is similar to the last two, but it's probably one of the most recent ones that's come in.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
God, that's quiet.
That's probably one of the smoothest out of the bunch. Okay.
That might have been a special request. I'll tell you guys, there's different level you can do these detectors, and a lot of it involves replacing a lot of components. And if you want an absolute bee's knees detector, it takes a lot of time to do, and it's very, 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 very fiddly, time consuming, but yeah, we can do it. I mean, you get what you pay for. This detector here, this hasn't got variable gain, has it? No. This one here was a special request detector, and Yeah, I really put the hard yards in on this one. This is an absolute ripper, and it is just quiet. It's as sensitive as hell, and yeah, like I say, you get what you pay for. And we tried to make this one simple. Like there's no external controls on it. Have a look at this. There we go. What mode are you in?
Oh, it's normal.
Normal timings? Yeah, really good. There's no, we haven't even got the variable gain for boosting or anything done. This is just a set and forget. Does have variable frequency in it though. Where have you got that set?
Oh, it's up. It's cranked all the way up.
Okay.
But it took getting the RX gain up to 13 to make it slightly chattery, and the stabilizer's on 14.
Oh, it stabilizes on 14. That should be chattery then, but it's not.
Oh, it started to get there. Like,
Can you run the, what happens if you run the stabilizer at 20? I just want to see it as an experiment.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, your noise comes through.
But it's still quiet.
Barely. It's good.
This is a stabilizer on 20. Got a mozzie on the neck. Yeah, I can hear the bit of noise come through. I always leave the stabilizer at factory default on 10.
Yeah.
People muck around with it, but I think when they designed these detectors, the middle position seems to be the best all-round position. If you turn the stabilizer to the lower numbers, it makes it very hard to hear tiny gold. And then again, if you go the other way, it's going to get chattery. But listen to that. That's clear. Nothing wrong with that on a 0.1. 0.1 and 0.005.
Cool.
Yeah, what about sensitive extra? Was it?
Oh, that's what it's on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you've done all enhanced, normal, and
Yeah.
sensitive extra. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if those three modes work, all the modes will work.
Cool. We should take these elsewhere.
Okay. Looks like we're leaving here. We're going to go over into the nitty-gritty, dirty goldfield part by the look of it.
Oh, that's one as well.
And make sure we don't leave anything behind. Yeah. So. So yeah, I've shown this before, but you can see it again. Actually, how about I go right up to this cutout and give you a bit of a look-see inside it. But you're not allowed to detect here, as far as I know.
Okay.
Found out some interesting, I was reading up on Crown Land actually. I know a lot about it, but the laws got changed, a little bit modified, and quite interesting. If you go right into the finer detail on prohibited Crown land, Crown land that's managed by others and so forth, there's a lot of things you don't realise and a lot of things you can use to your advantage. But that may be for another video. Anyway, this is in here. If you can see, there's even down there you can see quartz in the banks everywhere. I'll just zoom in a little bit. goes for quite a. It goes right up there, as you can see. It goes way up there, crosses the road and keeps going. Never followed it down this way though. Probably zoomed in too far, but I'll just lock that and I'll go for a little bit of a walk down here. You can see the big piles of quartz hanging out the bank. There go some magpies. But yeah, you can see quartz in there. Yeah, hope it's not nesting season or something to get swooped to beauty. No, they're fighting each other. My God. I won't try and follow them with the camera. You'll get motion sickness. Yeah, let's have a look at where these guys have been in here chewing. Oh dear me, chewing out this area. I keep my eyes open to see if there's any Sammys around. Sammy snake. Yeah, so you can have a look there in the wall there. There's a lot of fine and bigger pieces of quartz there. You can see it all. Yeah. So, and this that was probably a bit too fast to do. I'm zoomed in like that, but well, yeah. So this is one of the areas that was dug out. Oh, it's actually behind me. I've never been down there. I should. Let's turn this around slowly. Oops. The big long grass is getting me in there. Yeah, down this way. Woody's Nature Walkabout. What's that there? Yeah, as you can see, this goes for quite a way down there. But yeah, it's two concrete. I don't know, concrete with bits of metal. Could have been an old fence or gate or something. The camera's spinning around, of course. But yeah, one there and one there, right in the middle of this. I better lock. Oh, there we go. That wasn't locked. Okay, there we go. Now it's stable. But yeah, you can have a look in here. There's tons of quartz and that around. And I better go help Dave put detectors and whatever else back in the car. We've got to go to the next location and do some more stressful testing on these detectors. If you have a look here, you have a look at the clays. You got minerals in the clays. I'll try and get that down. There's a lot of red staining and so forth. You can see there's tons of minerals around here. It's all, mix of ironstone and various other materials, quartz and clays. And there's me kicking the tripod. Still testing.
This is a GPX stream.
Work?
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Oh, you got it on?
Yeah.
Oh, have a look at that. Microphone's still on that, hasn't fallen off.
It should be.
Yeah.
That means they've probably all heard me swearing about mosquitoes.
Yeah, well, that's all right. No big deal. But that's quiet as a mouse.
Yeah.
Listen to that. Is that the one for the big coil?
No.
Oh, okay. Like I say, we've got so many detectors, I don't know which one he's picking up. Oh, it's got variable gain?
Yeah.
Variable frequency?
Yes.
That sounds really good. Okay. That's a GP Extreme. I know I turned that around, locked it up. Not a problem. Bang. Yeah, so that's really good.
and turn it.
Shall we show people the yeah? Shall we show people about running these when you have variable frequency put in a GP? The trick
Show what happens when you don't follow the instructions.
when you don't follow the instructions, guys. A lot of you out there, well, a few of you, will show you something. When we put variable frequency and variable gain in one of these detectors, which are those two silver knobs sticking out.
That's frequency.
You haven't labelled them yet, okay?
No.
So yeah, they need labels on them. These are just come out of the workshop and it's been done.
So it's been turned on with the frequency all the way up.
Right, the frequency is all the way up, the highest frequency, and you turn the detector on, right?
Now you can turn it down.
You can turn it all over the place, right? And it doesn't care less, right?
So
now, you know, it'll detect properly, it'll work beautifully.
Now it's not so good on the small targets.
Because we're on low frequency, yeah, of course. That's why we have variable frequency. If you want to get rid of tiny targets like junk, bird shot, stuff like that, you can actually more or less adjust it out, not using a small coil like that, but a bigger coil. And also goes deeper. It's better response with a big coil on big deep gold, and then you can crank it all the way up for tiny gold if you wanted to do tiny gold. So
somewhere in between.
Okay.
I'll turn it off.
Now this is what happens if you turn this off. And say you come up and turn your detector on, and you do not set the frequency control to the highest setting. The phase lock loop in the detector goes out of lock and will sound like this. You'll think your detector's stuffed, but it's not. It's just that you turned it on wrong.
Well, you've turned it on and it'll work fine, but then you go to adjust your frequency.
Yeah.
That might trick you, and you might think it's working.
You might think, oh, that's working. There you go, listen to that. That's because you didn't follow the startup instructions. If it does that, this chirpy, like that. Now, if you turn it off, right? Now set the frequency to the highest position. So frequency's on the highest position. Detector starts up, sounds perfect. Now you can screw around with it as much as you can. You can't stuff it up. So yeah, you can adjust it all day. It won't go out of lock. It needs the PLL in the detector needs to lock at the highest frequency. I could probably, you know, I could go and adjust the lock-in range on it, but then we'll have stability issues. Leave it as it is. Make it work, but don't dick around too much with the electronics in that part of the circuitry. Also, you could create phase jitter and all sorts of stuff going on if you muck around with the phase lock loop system, which is just the electronics in the detector. I mean, I can do it, but like I say, I'll have to, you know, get in there and do a lot of measurements and change parts and whatever else. But it's easy enough. Just start it in the highest frequency, and she locks beautifully. It'll lock throughout the range, so no big deal.
This one's wonderful.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Isn't it funny how good the older detectors come up?
GPs.
Yeah, GPs.
And if you don't want to deal with the digital menu, then
Yeah.
it's optimal.
Yes. It's very easy to set up and just set it and forget it and go prospecting. Yeah, that's got the sticker on it. I'm not going to show that around that way.
Okay. Now we should move on to a different area.
Okay, now we're going to move.
Okay.
So we won't forget our 40-inch coil sitting over there. You can't see it. I can hardly see it on the back of this screen. Maybe you can. But yeah, that's it there on the grass. You don't see all of it. It looks like a snake. There we go. Huh?
This is vaguely interesting, I suppose.
Yeah.
This is how we operate on detectors or whatever it is we're operating on.
Oh, yeah, show that stuff.
Yeah. Well,
oh, here. This is our field.
Everyone thinks that we live in the workshop exclusively.
Yeah.
It's just that's where the tripod remains set up exclusively.
Yeah, well, it's easier to work at a bench than work out in here, but we have been doing experiments out in the goldfields, and Dave's got this set up here, which I thought was really good.
Yes, if you want to solder things in the field.
So, what is it? An Ozito battery?
The Zito battery, they modified some attachment so that we can get 18 volts, and it will power this small soldering iron that
Obviously is an 18-volt soldering iron, is it?
It works throughout a range.
Okay.
But anyway, whatever. Set this up a while ago.
Yeah, it's Mozzie's attacking.
Yeah,
Piss off.
I'm sick of the mosquitoes. I'm a bit done with those. But yeah, anyway, that's how you work on things cross-legged on the ground in the bush.
Doing fine tunes, like you want to change capacitor values or something. Yeah, you can do all that. We can do all that. Well, all our initial stuff was done in the bush anyway. Here comes a dog. Hey, dog.
Good.
Doggy.
I like dogs.
Yeah. So, all good. All good. Well, we better pack up before the dog comes and chews up our... Oh, it's two dogs. Two dogs. They're going to come and chew up our stuff.
Hey, buddy.
Come for a look. Don't you cock your leg on it. Oh, there it goes.
Oh, that's a cutie.
Got the money shot.
Yes.
Ah!
There we go, sorry.
That's all right.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we always have interactions with dogs here. It's all good fun. So we better click up all this stuff here and put it in the car. Oh. Okay.
Okay. Mosquitoes drive me nuts. Is it still on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just so I'll just let you know. So we'll just pack up the Flexi 40. Yep, a Flexi 40. Okay, we can use these between the detectors too to protect them. Okay, can't forget Dave's drink can, old coffee, which no one will ever drink. One of our, that's a GP battery that we have made for GPs, which are internally regulated. Okay, let's stick that there. Yeah. That there. That there.
This is fine.
You can put those baskets on top. Okay. We haven't forgot anything, have we? Yeah, I always say that because I've actually left so many pics out in the bush. It wasn't funny. Like one time a guy found my pic and gave it, basically come around and gave it to me. He said, "It's got your name on it." I said, "Yeah." I left it out at Talbot and he came all the way to Ballarat and gave it to me. How funny was that? Yeah, I think he was going to Ballarat anyway. He wasn't going to do a special trip. So, yeah, you want to find out all about the new coils and all the upgrades. David's done a redo of our website. Well, he's getting there.
It's happening as I have time.
Yeah, well, it's gonna change. He's got more stuff up on there, and it's a bit more neater layout. So DetectorMods, detector as in metal detector, mods as in modifications, mods.com, detectormods.com if you want to go and check it out. So anyway, that'll do. That's 49 minutes and 50 minutes exactly. Catches.